You know that feeling, right? That like
Yeah.
quiet call deep inside, that gentle nudge towards something bigger, something more, like you're meant for something truly profound.
Hmm. I know exactly what you mean. It's like a whisper from the soul itself.
Totally. And that's exactly the energy we're tapping into today as we dive deep, deep into Paramhansa Yogananda's Whispers from Eternity.
Oh, whispers from eternity. That's a powerful one.
It really is. It's no wonder Swami Kriyananda, a close disciple of Yogananda's, called it his, well, get this, his supreme contribution to the world and a handbook par excellence for the spiritual seeker. I mean, just let those words sink in for a moment. Handbook par excellence for the spiritual seeker.
Wow, yeah, those are strong words. You know what really grabs me about this book right from the beginning? It's not just some feel-good spiritual pep talk.
It's definitely not light reading.
Not at all. It challenges us,
Yeah.
it invites us to completely rethink how we approach prayer, to revolutionize our understanding of our relationship with, well, with the divine.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this book so valuable and why we're so excited to be exploring it with you today.
It's packed with wisdom.
It really is. Okay, so there are three like huge takeaways for me from Whispers from Eternity. First, it gives us a completely new way to think about prayer. Not as begging or pleading, but as a powerful, like confident demand from a child to their loving parent.
Hmm, interesting.
Second, this book is like having a spiritual guide for literally every situation life throws at you.
Hmm.
You know, Swami Kriyananda even said it addresses every conceivable situation in which the sincere God-seeker might find himself.
So you're saying it provides that spiritual lens, that higher perspective on all of life's experiences.
Exactly. And the third thing, these aren't prayers tied to just one religion or dogma, you know what I
So
mean?
they're universal.
Totally universal. They resonate with anyone, even those who approach spirituality from a more, well, a more logical or scientific perspective.
I like that.
Right. It's like a fountain of timeless wisdom, you know?
Okay, so I'm starting to see why you wanted to do this deep dive. It sounds like Whispers from Eternity has a lot to offer.
It does. It's packed with powerful insights that can really help us on our journeys toward, well, toward wholeness and spiritual synergy. And that's our mission today, really, to extract those golden nuggets of wisdom that can fuel your personal growth and empowerment.
I'm in. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Okay, so first up, Yogananda's idea of what he calls spiritualized prayer or demand. He's got this really striking analogy. He compares mere words in prayer to a dumb, drunken man who knows he has wine but can't articulate its richness.
Wow, that's vivid.
Right. And it really makes you think, how often are our prayers just surface level? Like we're not really tapping into our deepest knowing.
You're saying we need to go deeper than just words.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Yogananda stresses the importance of going beyond just, intellectual understanding. He talks about the power of visualization, vividly picturing what you're praying for, and then pairing that with deep, deep meditation.
Hmm. So it's about uncovering what he calls the fiery meaning, that understanding that goes way beyond just words on a page.
It's about having those aha moments, those sudden flashes of insight and deeper truth.
I see.
And a big part of that is infusing our prayers with genuine feeling, like really embodying the intention behind them. And this brings us to another key concept, intention and devotion.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So the book emphasizes the importance of quieting the mind, which, let's be honest, is a struggle for most of us, right?
You can say that again?
But once we do find that stillness, we can then, really contemplate the meaning of our demand until it resonates with every fiber of our being.
It's about saturating our intention with that deep, heartfelt devotion. And that brings up a really important question for our listeners. How often do you actually bring that kind of focused intention and heartfelt feeling to your spiritual practice?
That's such a good point. Yogananda says that when we cultivate this level of devotion, we can actually sense that just behind the screen of your devotional demands, God is listening to the silent words of your soul.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's like our deepest unspoken longings are being heard, even when we don't say them out loud.
Exactly. And that aligns perfectly with the learner archetype, right? Someone who's really looking for deep understanding, not just superficial knowledge.
Right. They want to dive deep and get to the heart of things.
Now, Yogananda also talks about our inherent divine birthright, that we're all created in God's image.
That we have that divine spark within us.
Right. And he says that with this birthright comes responsibility. We're given free will and the capacity for reason. But here's the thing. Suffering isn't some kind of punishment from God. Instead, it comes from misusing our reason and breaking divine laws, like the law of cause and effect.
I see. So our actions have consequences. We reap what we sow.
Exactly. But Yogananda doesn't leave us stuck in the past, you know? He emphasizes that we have the power to mitigate the effects of our past actions through conscious effort, and by embracing what he calls antidotes to our self-destructive tendencies.
So it's not just about being bound by our past, but about actively choosing a different path.
Absolutely. And you know what else is super interesting? He presents this really cool concept of life as a cosmic motion picture.
Like we're all actors in a giant movie.
Exactly. He says it's like this ever-changing illusion, this super colossal film directed by the great director, which is, bliss itself.
And this film is created for our enjoyment and learning.
Yes. And he says it's important to observe our experiences with a bit of detachment, to be fully engaged in our roles, but not take the ups and downs so personally.
Like we're playing our parts with gusto, but we know it's all part of a bigger story.
And there's this one line that just blows my mind. He says, real life has no endings at all.
So every ending is just a new beginning.
Exactly. It's a constant evolution.
I love that. It can be so liberating, to view our lives from that perspective.
Totally. It helps us see our challenges and triumphs as just, temporary scenes in the grand scheme of things. And speaking of guidance, Yogananda emphasizes the importance of having a guru on this spiritual journey.
Oh, yes. The guru. A teacher, a guide.
Right. He explains that a true guru is someone who has attained Christ consciousness and can help us expand our own consciousness to actually comprehend God, beyond just belief.
So it's about going beyond the intellectual and actually experiencing the divine.
Exactly. And he talks about his own lineage, how Swami Sri Yukteswar was his guru, and how Babaji and Lahiri Messiah are like the supreme master and the bringer of Kriya Yoga for this era.
Wow, it's fascinating. Kriya Yoga is a powerful path. It uses those specific techniques that really accelerate spiritual evolution.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's not just about these lofty spiritual goals either. Yogananda gives us really practical demands for our everyday well-being. Like he talks about the demand to energize the body with cosmic energy, to sharpen the mind with concentration and even smiling, and to nourish the soul through meditation and intuition.
So it's about integrating those spiritual practices into our daily lives to improve our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being.
Absolutely. It's a holistic approach. And there's this other beautiful concept in Whispers from Eternity, the cosmic idol. It's the idea that we can see God in every manifestation,
Like experiencing the infinite through the tangible.
Yeah. He talks about finding God in a flower and friendship and memories. He says doors everywhere lead to the divine.
So it's about recognizing the sacred within the ordinary.
Exactly. It's about shifting our perspective to see the divine all around us.
And what about love and forgiveness? Does he touch on that?
Oh, absolutely. He talks about loving God with all our purest affections and seeing everyone, even those who've hurt us, as our brothers and sisters.
Because we're all part of the same divine family.
Exactly. And he stresses the importance of forgiveness, not just as a moral thing, but as a way to free ourselves from bitterness.
Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-healing.
It really is. It allows us to experience that boundless divine love more fully.
It's about letting go of those negative emotions that keep us separate and closed off.
Yeah, Yogananda also talks about the jaundice of duality, that feeling of separation that we experience.
Like that illusion that we're separate from God and from each other.
Yeah. And he says the ultimate prayer, the most important demand we can make, is to reestablish our oneness with the divine Father-Mother.
So it's about recognizing that we're not separate, that we're all interconnected and part of that one divine source.
It's about realizing our true nature, our eternal connection to the divine. It's pretty amazing, right?
It is.
So we've uncovered a lot of wisdom here, but how can we practically integrate all these amazing concepts into our daily lives? How can we use them to cultivate more wellness and personal empowerment?
Yeah, how do we actually put these teachings into practice?
Let's talk about a few synergistic integration practices, like little actionable steps that you can take to, bring more wholeness and spiritual synergy into your life.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Right. Okay, first up, remember that concept of life as a cosmic motion picture. Well, as you go through your day, whenever you face challenges or joys, try to consciously remember that life is like a movie unfolding.
So observe your reactions without getting too caught up in them.
Exactly, like you're watching a scene play out on screen. And then ask yourself, what role am I playing right now? And how can I play this role with more grace and peace no matter what's happening in the plot?
That's such a powerful reframing. It takes us out of that reactive mode and into a more mindful space.
It does. And for our second integration practice, let's focus on those devotional demands. Choose a short phrase or demand from the book that resonates with something you need or want right now. Maybe it's something like, open my inner eye, or teach me to conquer fear.
And we repeat these throughout the day.
Yep. Repeat it with that focused intention and heartfelt feeling. Really visualize it, feel it, and trust that it's being heard on a deeper level.
Okay. And what about our third practice?
This one's all about breath awareness and inner stillness. So just take a few minutes each day, even 5 minutes is great, to sit with a straight spine, close your eyes, and focus on your breath.
Simple but powerful.
Right. As you inhale, imagine you're drawing in that radiant cosmic energy. And as you exhale, release any tension or limiting beliefs you might be holding.
And then we just rest in that inner stillness for a few moments, listening for that subtle voice within.
Exactly. It's amazing what a few moments of quiet can do.
It's like hitting the reset button for our mind and spirit.
Totally. So to sum it all up, our deep dive into Paramhansa Yogananda's Whispers from Eternity has given us a brand new way to approach prayer, a whole new perspective on life, and access to universal wisdom that transcends any one religion. We've explored so much. From spiritualized prayer and the power of intention to the concept of life as a cosmic play and the journey towards oneness.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have, and it's important to remember the incredible potential for growth and empowerment that these teachings offer. It's all about recognizing that inherent sacredness within yourself.
That divine spark that's always there, waiting to be ignited.
Exactly. And if this exploration has resonated with you, if you feel like, yes, this is what I've been searching for, then we highly encourage you to keep going, keep exploring these profound teachings.
There's always more to discover on this path.
There really is. And if you're looking for more guidance and support, check out the classes and coaching offered by Dr. Brian Manjarrez, MD, also known as Dr. Passion. He's a wonderful resource and can really help you on this journey of wholeness and spiritual synergy.
And if you're loving these deep dives and want to keep learning and growing with us, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes.
We love sharing these timeless teachings with you, and your support helps us reach a wider audience.
It's all about creating a community of seekers and sharing this wisdom with the world.
Now, before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder. Just imagine what it would be like to truly live each moment as a conscious participant in the divine's cosmic play. How would that change how you see your challenges, your joys, your relationships, everything?
That's a beautiful question to reflect on.
It is. It's about shifting our perspective and stepping into our roles with awareness and grace. Until next time, may your seeking be filled with light, and may those heartfelt demands of yours be met with the gentle whispers of eternity.
Beautiful. Until next time.